What's up, YouTube? I'm here with my counterpart suit, and it's time for another segment of Material Lord Weekly.
Counterparts, really?
What? Is that a problem?
I'm so done with him already.
Oh, wow.
It just started.
It just started. I think... Oh, jeez. So today I'm going to be interviewing the suit because there's a lot of frequently asked questions about the suit in our comment section. So, here we go. The first question is, what exactly is the suit?
Well, that's not the easiest question to answer because I don't even think I have an answer for it, but let me give it a little bit of a try here. The suit is... I don't know. What is the suit? I'd say it's the jacket. It's definitely the jacket. I don't know. Like this is me. I am one with the jacket.
Well, one reason is because you have the other two lords, and even Hoodie now. Hoodie's always in a hood. Denim's always in his denim jacket. Leather's always in a leather jacket. You're not always in the suit jacket. Sometimes you just have to tie. Sometimes you have khakis on. Sometimes you have a bathing suit on. So, can you explain that?
You have a bit of a point there. I can't really argue with that. The thing I have to say about that is there's a little thing about there that's called the suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the concept, it's the underlying being of all things that are suit. It's like this, it's abstract and it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, apparently because you can't make up your mind on what you want to wear today.
Want to talk about it?
So, well, I guess that's the first question. The second question is, what the hell is this bathing suit?
I don't know if I that video the thing I have to say about that video really came in a weird time in the point of the suit. We were really trying to figure out where we all sat. I think we all came up with some pretty stupid ideas. For some reason you let me do that one. So
just as much enjoyment as you did out of that.
Yeah, that was an interesting video. Oh, geez, yeah. I don't know what to say about that. That was a weird point. We were really shooting for something there. I'm not really sure what it was though.
Well, we certainly got a lot of views on that one, so you need not be worried. So this one goes back a long ways, but what was your initial reaction to the initial success of the Rush video?
Mostly shock, I'd say. Who would think that a progressive rock band from Canada would get any kind of exposure when we talk about what songs are the best and which ones are the worst? You know what I mean? The fact that it was like this when we started getting recognized and stuff, it was honestly just shock value more than anything. It just like I said, it came out of nowhere. None of us actually thought this would be that big of a thing, and as much as it really didn't last long, I think it was good while it was there.
Some would say you became a little arrogant.
It's hard not to be when you look as fresh as me.
Valid. I mean, have you seen those titties bounce?
Oh, jeez.
Moving on. So in that same video, you mentioned something about Witch Hunt, which is a song by them that hasn't been spoken of as of yet. Why haven't we spoken of it, and why did you choose the end of the video to mention one of their songs that could have potentially made the top 25?
We don't talk about Witch Hunt.
Well, why don't we talk about Witch Hunt?
I'm not allowed to talk about it because we don't talk about Witch Hunt.
But why did you choose to mention said name at the end of the video?
It's at the end of the video because we don't talk about it. Once we mention it, the video ends.
But why did you mention it?
Why does it matter? It's not talked about.
It could have gone unmentioned.
But we had to end the video somewhere.
And it could have been like a thank you for watching.
That's so overrated. What are you talking about?
Well, what's Fish Hunt then?
Fish Hunt! Now, see, if you take a couple of the concepts in our videos and you really start to combine them, you notice that we tend to enjoy fishing for some reason.
Where do you get that from?
There's a little thing called Steve.
What? Can you explain Steve?
I don't think that's really my department. You'd have to talk to one of my cohorts over here.
Which one's that? I'll interview them next.
It'll be a little hard to interview yourself in the mirror, but I'd like to see you give it a shot.
Oh, are you tempting my powers?
Always.
Stunning. So I can't get anything of why you mentioned Witch Hunt then.
I feel like I'd have to talk to my superiors about that one. I'm not sure what's it called? I'm not sure what I'm actually allowed to say.
Fair enough, fair enough. moving on. Now let's talk about the being in power here, or as he likes to say he's in power, Pite. What is Pite's deal?
You know, if I knew what Pite's deal was, do you really think I'd be here?
Well, I think we're here because of his deal.
Well, it's really, really hard to try and wrap our head around him because, you know, it's like he does need us for this to be successful. We're the ones on camera, but he treats us like asshole. Like there's so many things about him that piss me off, and you know, it's become a well-known fact that like all of us have our problems with him. We've really spoken out about those recently, and the fact that he really hasn't relented much, he still tries to, you know, like all over us all the time. You know, he gives us strikes unnecessarily all the bloody time. So I don't know what his deal is, because it's just like it's supposed to be some kind of partnership, and it just doesn't work out like that.
It seems more of a tyranny almost.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. He really is a dictator, and it's he, like, as much as like, he really pushes the fact that he's the overlord on us. You know what I mean? I don't know. Some guy who lives in the shadows. I really want to question his power, but at the same time, something about him makes me say maybe I should listen to him. But he really hasn't delivered on any of his promises, so it really does bug me sometimes.
So would you say he's the main reason you do these videos, or is there another suitable reason that you do these videos?
I'm tempted not to answer because of the pun, but I almost come to expect it from you, and you should almost come to expect this suffering. So, another reason, I don't know. I think like the reason it was, I really got thrown into this at the last second, I'd say. What do I want to say here? Why am I doing this? That's the real question, isn't it?
Is it just because of Pite's tyranny?
I think that's a part of it. You know, I am still trying to work that relationship. He has promised me some things, and eventually I hope he will be able to come through. But at some point, I think I have to start standing up for it. You know, but right now, I gotta fulfill my obligations for now.
That is fair. That is fair. So that goes back to, like, how did this all begin? Like, what's your first memories of this? Was it just you three guys just kind of getting together doing a Rush video? Did you guys get recruited by Pite? What exactly happened there?
Recruited's a weird way to describe it, I'd say. It's been a while now. You know, there's been a hell of a story that's gone on since the first time we met each other. You know, like I do remember the first time I met you guys. It was a very sudden being thrust into this situation. You know, I just kind of get what I now know as snapped into the situation, and kind of told that I have to somehow resolve the issues of two other people, like. And I'm dressed all of a sudden in a suit. Like, I don't know where the heck that came from, but I guess that's my native dress now. You know what I mean? So it was just, I really got thrown into it, and that was really the earliest memory. It was kind of like I got thrown into it to try and settle the three-way fight, because that's really what it was. It was just a fight between Denim and Leather at first, never ending, and I was really thrown in there to try and settle the battle between the two, you know. And then you got like a tail whip here and a tie slap there, and, you know, yeah. Maybe I didn't do too bad of a job.
Well, we lived the situation, at least there's that. Just a couple more questions for you. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. So this hoodie character.
Oh, jeez.
So, like, from what we saw from the videos, he just kind of showed up and you were thrust into that situation as well. But, like, since then, is this guy someone you could work with, or is he going to be more of a hindrance than a solution?
Well, you know, as much as we were all rookies at one point, he's really making it challenging to try and work with him, I gotta say. Pite's kind of making him be here, and, you know, it can be hard to work with him sometimes. You know, you've probably seen in a couple of our videos that he's been in now. His inexperience really likes to show through, you know, and we give him a bit of a hard time for it. But, you know, when you've been doing this for as long as we have now, you kind of expect some sort of cohesion there, and he's really ruining that. It could get better maybe. I do see some kind of light for him. He doesn't seem like that terrible of a lord, but at the same time, he's not on the same level as us.
So you think in overtime he could potentially get there, or is this kind of just a roadblock that it's going to take too long to get over?
He'll have to really haul ass to try and catch up to us, but if Pite's going to keep thrusting him into the situation, there's not much I can say about it.
That is her, that's her. And just one last question. So all the videos you guys do, it all makes sense as either a list or a skit. I mean, some of them are kind of iffy because it looks like, you guys don't actually realize you're being filmed. But either way, they still make sense in the context. But then, what time is it?
We didn't really have a lot to do with that one. There was a little bit of voiceover from yours truly and someone else of the three of us. And so that was really more Pite's creation. I don't know much of the story behind it, where the inspiration was. Like I said, I didn't have much to do with it. But that wasn't really us, I got to say. That was that kind of came out of left field for us too. So
if I said that deep on the interwebs there's a YouTube channel for just Pite and had animations, what would you say?
I'd want to see that because I'd never heard of such a thing.
Well, I'll tell you, that looked exactly like the way it used to be.
I think I have to go have a talk with Pite now.
So what if I said you were his first attempt at a YouTube channel?
I wouldn't be that surprised, but at the same time,
There are the anti-lords.
true, we do know about them. I don't really know the story why they exist, but
No.
that kind of makes sense. Maybe the anti-lords were the I don't know, if he tried before us, then that might make sense, I suppose.
Well, it's just something for you to think about, that maybe Pite's a little more untrustworthy than you thought.
Oh, I don't think he can get much more untrustworthy than my low opinion of him already.
We shall see. But until then, thank you guys for watching. This has been another segment of the Material Lords Weekly. Catch you next week for another interview by yours truly.